What's going on, YouTube? What you doing? Getting some money? I hope you get some money. Yeah. Better be getting some money. Yeah, you better be getting some money. If you didn't know, it's Block Life Vlogs, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up and notification bell. Does not cost you a thing. Comment down below. Interact with me. I interact back. If you don't like my video, hit the dislike. YouTube analytics, right? So, my next video was supposed to be a tour of the truck I'm in right now. Can't do it. It's dark outside. Not only that, I kind of want to clean it up a little bit before I do that. So, that's going to have to wait a second. This video here is how it has been with RTI thus far. It's been good, man. To be honest with you. Couple of hiccups that happens from time to time when you're switching companies. Orientation went well. Pretty simple, straightforward. 3 days, they bring you in. They have you do a drug test. Mainly just tell you about the company and what you could make as a lease purchase or a company driver. They divided the room into 2 separate areas. Got company drivers, lease purchase drivers. I was on the lease purchase side, of course. You sign your contract, you go over what kind of truck you want. They try to line you up with the truck you want, and with the right kind of luck, you can end up like me. I ended up getting this 21 International, like I showed in the last video. 49,000 miles, or 49,045 miles to be exact, when I hopped into it. The person before me that had the truck took very good care of the truck. Extremely clean. You could tell the person that had the truck before me maybe smoked a little bit or whatever, but the truck is clean. Really nice, no damage, no signs of damage. Just a history of PMs and sitting on the yard. So I looked up on that. They got me rolling it immediately after the hiccup with safety was cleared. See, I did my drug test a week early prior to orientation. It was like the Wednesday before orientation. So, I mean, plenty of time for my drug test to come back clean, because, I mean, I'm sober as a gopher. What happened was, come Monday, I did receive another email requesting that I go take my drug test. But I told the people that were conducting the orientation that, you know, here's my paperwork for my drug test. Here's my DOT physical and my receipt, you know, my chain of custody form for my UA. They received it, they looked at it, and was like, oh, okay, good. You know, just stay behind and finish your videos, which I did during orientation. But on the 3rd day, where we meet up at the terminal to sign leases and get matched up with the truck, I sat there all day. Everybody got matched up with trucks. Everybody was good to go, except for me and 2 other guys. And they said they were waiting on our drug test. And I'm like, man, I took mine a week early. Like, why is it taking so long? They were like, well, sometimes there's hiccups, there's hang-ups, and maybe it just got mixed in with the pile of other drug tests, and, you know, it's showing up late. I sat there all day. You know, it's starting to get late. It's like 3 p.m. Finally, one of the supervisors come grab me and say, hey, let's go to safety and see if we can get this ball rolling, because I don't know what the holdup is. So they go to safety, and I guess she used to work in this department. The gentleman at the computer, he goes into my file, he looks up my name, and he can see a negative result from the lab. But when he goes to click on the other date where I got the 2nd email, it shows nothing. So he got confused for a second. Was like, well, there's no result here. It says you need to take your test, but there's a negative result here. So as he's saying that, the lady that took me in there, she huffs and she's like, rookie mistake. You're cleared to go. So let's go on, get your lease signed and everything. You know, and she ended up giving me a calm data for gas and my troubles, since I wasn't able to start that day, because I wanted to get rolling on Wednesday. which I missed out on a day, whatever. After that was cleared up, you got to go over to pick up your truck. I had to get another mattress for my son, and I had an extra key made for my truck. After that, started rolling, been rolling since. I did like 3 loads, came back home, did a 34, and I've done 4 more loads since then. I got a load right now that I'm taking back home to drop off in our Diekman terminal in KCK. It's going to basically be a relay, and then I'm going to pick up something come Monday after my 34 at home. My first paycheck was nice, but you got to consider that I had less miles than I would have had due to me starting late, and there was no truck payment coming out of the check, just the rest of the stuff that you got to pay for. Check was pretty nice, man. Let's just put it like this: it was over $2,000 for sure for my first check. And mind you, I received my last check from my previous employer recently too, a couple days ago. So I mean, smooth transition. Looking forward to see what the next check is going to be like. So far, so good. I like the response time. I like the way they work with you. I like the fact that they don't force dispatch. Matter of fact, how I got this load, I was supposed to take a load from Salt Lake City, Utah, all the way to Illinois. It's like 19 hours, like 20 hours. And I only had 23 on my clock. I'm like, look, I'm not taking it. So dispatch hit me back, and mind you, my DM took yesterday off and said she won't be in the office till next Tuesday. So the other DM that took over her drivers, he hit me back quickly and was like, okay, I got you. A few minutes later, I received a notification in the system they use, the geotab system, and it was for another load that was going from the FedEx I had dropped at the previous night, which is pick up and empty basically, because they don't like you riding bobtail too much. Pick up and empty, take that to a live load, and take that back to Kansas City, Kansas. And it was like almost 17 hours total. I said, that's perfect. That's perfect, because that gets me home. He was like, no problem, man. You know, it's like, we appreciate what you do. Like, the communication is great. Couldn't ask for nothing better. So far, so good. I've never been with a company where they actually treat you with respect. It's the first time. Besides, let me take that back a little bit. I'm gonna say mega carrier. The last person I worked for was an individual working a full-time job and dispatching and running 2 trucks. He wasn't a trucker. Like, the dude had a lot on his shoulders. He was cool, you know. He was cool. But outside of him, I've JB Hunt, USX, Variant, even other mega carriers that attempted to hire me. It just wasn't the same feeling. KLLM, it treated me like a number when it came to the hiring process. They basically pushed me all the way through the process and was like, you going to take a drug test? And I'm like, well, I didn't even tell you if I wanted to take the job first. Like, you guys haven't responded to none of my calls, emails, haven't answered anything I've said. You text me constantly saying, when do I want to start? What are the details on your lease purchase? You haven't really gave me any details. Anyway, just want to touch base with you guys, let you know where I was at with RTI. Again, so far so good, nothing negative to say. I'm tired. I just drove my clock down to 53 minutes, I believe. Of course, yeah, about 53 minutes. I've been off duty for about an hour and 20 minutes now. I've already taken a shower. Not going to get anything to eat until tomorrow when Taco John's opens up here at this Loves that I'm parked at. Blessed to find me a parking spot right up front next to the building. I always get lucky like this. Some nights I've had trouble, but for the most part I find a parking spot. I'll follow up what I just talked about after the next pay period. If you have any questions about RTI, hit me up, let me know. If you want to join, you want to talk to someone about maybe doing a lease purchase program, also hit me up, give me your name. I'll shoot that on over to the woman I dealt with as far as the hiring process, and we'll get you rolling. But until then, man, it's the Trucking Block, aka Block Life Vlogs. I'm out, man. Peace.